Warning.
Watch very closely now. 3, 2, 1. Bzow! Check that out.
The following podcast features terrible jokes.
You know you can use Hot Wheels cars when you need to make a saving throw in D&D? Every car is die-cast.
Usually about board games.
We want the fun. Gotta have that fun.
Must insist that no one attempt to recreate any joke performed on this podcast.
We had less technical issues than $1 million company.
All right!
This is Boards and Swords.
Good afternoon, Internet. Welcome to Boards and Swords. This is our attempt at a podcast featuring bad jokes, good folks, and some tabletop games. I'm one of your hosts. My name's Chris Renshaw. With me, as always, if I switch to the right screen, is Mr. Philip Herbig.
What's going on, everybody? Yeah, we're back. We it's been a while.
Yeah, that is something I need to put on the soundboard.
Yes,
but yeah, so lots going on. Welcome to, what do we call this? Studio 5A.
Studio 5A.
Yeah. I don't feel the need to go through all the all the renditions,
all the iterations. We did that in a previous podcast.
1, 2. There we go.
So,
did we? I know we did it at the counter over here, like when we were at the table talking after moving in stuff. But
you didn't have your super secret squirrel security cameras recording all that yet?
No, not yet. I still got to configure that. But yeah, no, I had to, just dust off some of the. If you'll notice, I'm not wearing the head cam or headset mic anymore. I've got the nice smooth SM86, 85, whatever it is, and the mic arm here, because we're going back to the old school. We're kicking it back. I got the space now. The headset
We're bringing it back.
Yep. The headset used to make a bunch of noise anytime I turned it. It used to drive me crazy. I don't know if anybody else heard it, but I heard it enough to drive me crazy. But yeah, we're here. We're all set up. Hopefully things will be a lot better because we are pumping with the power of Fios over here. So,
Oh, wait,
yeah.
I have that.
I was about to say. Should. You can see it's a little bit blurry because it's way back there is the stack of all the books, which has actually gotten a little bit slimmer. It doesn't look like it, but there are like 2 cubes less full of books because I kind of went through and did some culling.
Yeah, two out of
2 cubes, not 2 books.
Two cubes out of 16, 20, 24, 32 total.
Yeah. And I mean, there was a bunch, actually 2 cubes and then a bunch of overflow that wasn't on here. So I got it. Yeah.
That then got put into the cubes.
No, yes and no. But yeah, new year, new us. We were supposed to have a guest, but it has been a crazy week. So we flip-flopped, and there's been a bunch of news because it's been like over a month since we recorded. So we should launch into some news. It would also be helpful if I actually had the jokes pulled up.
That would be. I would just like the record to reflect that I am the same asshole that I always was. It's new year, new me crap.
Yeah, I know. All right, for the first one, if this one's pretty easy. If you've got a 3D printer, you can now have a ball with this first game. So, why is that one not showing up? Okay, there we go. Button wasn't working. The makers of War Machine just uploaded an entire miniature war game range to 3D print at home. Also, the makers of War Machine is a very that's a little misleading because they just bought War Machine and then just started publishing it.
There we go.
The complete model range for Steamforged Games' very first tabletop game called Guild Ball is now available as STLs from My Mini Factory. So, let's see, via monthly subscription, new and remastered digital models and terrain for its flagship miniature war game, War Machine, via monthly subscription, and it fast became the most popular subscription service on the entire platform. Now the firm has uploaded the entire model range for Guild Ball, a fantasy skirmish war game theme around medieval mob football onto My Mini Factory. So, yeah, they had stopped making this game a while back. It says 2020, but I feel like the game had kind of died a long time from that. They just stopped making the kits. And then they had started, I want to say it was like 2 years ago. They had like, well, we're going to like put the STLs up for like the starter box. And if you buy, you can buy those starter box STLs and print them out and play. And then finally, it decided to just relaunch the game. And well, relaunch, but like, launch this brand new guild on My Mini Factory and upload all the STLs that they like ever made. So it says, our friend John, by the way, he fucking loves this game.
Okay. This guy has no face.
Which
The
guy?
purple guy, not the purple guy, the yellow guy to the left of the barrel.
Okay.
I had to zoom in. Like, bro has no face.
Maybe it's just buried in all that beard.
All that luscious beard. That's probably what it is.
Yeah.
Glorious beard. That's what I'm trying to go for.
It's a character-heavy skirmish game where each team is a guild. Think butchers, masons, blacksmiths, or shepherds, and players can win both by scoring goals and knocking the opposite team's teeth out. So yeah, and it says here, despite the sports hall theme, it doesn't play like Blood Bowl, and not because it's based on soccer rather than football. But yeah, it was basically kind of there was a couple of different versions of this. Like we played, there was the Chaos Ball was like the Simon version of it that we played that one time at the Simon Expo. But yeah, this is the Steamforged game version. It has been out for a while.
All right.
But it was definitely a popular indie game that just kind of faded away with communities. But everybody was asking for this because when they did the whole like you could get the starter boxes and people are like, yeah, but if you can do that, why can't you just do everything? And it's like, here, I'm willing to give you the money. Just like give me the product. But I definitely see I think this is going to become a even bigger thing as time goes on. We keep seeing more and more of this where it's like companies that may not have the resources or the growth yet, or the companies that may not have the community to support, putting these out in plastic in stores or even on their website. But it's like, how much does it like? It just makes the game more economically feasible because you can just hire a designer to make a mini, like even if you do like one new model a month, you pay a designer and you can sell like, I don't know, I'm not even going to pretend to know what how much a model like that would commission, but let's just say $100. I feel like that's low for like a high quality 3D mini, but
Probably, but it's a number that'll make math simple.
it'll number them. Yeah. But like, and then you offer this for like, say a character for like $5. If 20 people buy it, you're now making money, or, the 21st person you're making money. So like you can have just like a small dedicated group. And then later, if it picks up and you got game stores wanting to do it, then you can start trying to figure out production runs and such. But especially in this day and age where there are so many games wanting so many people's attention, this can kind of keep games, especially if it's not like, once you start talking about IP related games, this goes out the window.
Yes.
Because then you got like contracts and also the amount of people, the amount of people that have to approve things. Like you'll never see a game like Star Wars Legion do something like this because there's just so much behind the scenes they have to make money on.
That's a line in the West Wing. One of the characters is bitching about, he's like, the amount of people whose permission I need to get before I can just do whatever the hell I want.
Yeah. So, yeah, like I said, I think we'll see more of this, but I thought it was very, and again, this happened like a month ago. We're going to be getting caught up on a lot of things, but I thought it was important to worth talking about. All right, next up, I was hanging some pictures in the new place, but I couldn't get the nails to go in the wall. I ended up having to grab a tool to get it. Turns out I really had to hammer the point home. So, not much to talk about here, except for I just thought that this was freaking amazing. So this is for Warcrow. It's a hegemony war rig. It's an enormously powered manned mechanical unit. This is for the Warcrow miniatures skirmish game from fantasy skirmish game from Corvus Belli, but like this thing's a beast. And like, you know, you get to thinking like, oh, this is like fantasy, but like this is some like steampunk awesomeness is what we're going with here. And with 90 I couldn't find a good scaled pick, but given that like there's the guy in the cockpit and that thing is $90, like this thing has to be like night size or you know like at least like I'm thinking dreadnought sized. If we want to make the Warhammer comparison, and it is freaking dope as all get out. Like, just look at all the detail here. I know I'm not screen sharing, Philip, but you got it pulled up.
I got it pulled. Yeah, so I'm looking at the I'm looking at I guess the mechanics of the dude sitting, but like is the cockpit open?
I guess so. Maybe they don't have glass in this timeline.
Because or like maybe the back has, you know, levered open and he's getting in and it's gonna enclose him in there
No.
nice and tight to protect his
No, I would just think that. Oh, you know what? There is like a little headpiece though.
Yeah,
But it like
there's a
is
full-on-
it's like or you know what? You know what it might be? That might be a gunner.
Oh, there you go.
The like and
Working that little
it's a gunner with a
rocket launcher on the
turret.
back there.
Yeah, because I think it's all, so this is like the top of your tank. Basically, he's popped out and just like that gun's on a swivel to like take stuff out. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, I need the lore on that because that's
Yeah.
that I mean it's a wild design.
Yeah.
Whoever painted this,
Oh yeah.
mad props. And that hammer,
Yep. I like the glow on it.
oh yeah, that is.
That's pretty sweet. So, a mobile fortress that redefines the concept of a defensive line. When it appears, the enemy knows that they will pay a bloody price for each inch of ground. It's a powerful mobile artillery position and threat that your opponent cannot ignore. Its fire breath ability can devastate enemy units. So it's got like a flamer thingy. I keep seeing stuff like this, and I'm like, dang it! I have Warcrow stuff. I need to get playing more Warcrow stuff. But like, that's the thing. Is like, I love the orcs, and the orcs are so cool. But they keep coming out with these single like human pieces. Like there was this, and there was also like a line of like riflemen that they came out with like last year. I'm like, son of a bitch. Like I need, give me this for the orcs. I want to see the orcs version of this, even if it's just like a massive like tank instead or something. All right, onwards. Crap. I'm attempted to make some new paints, but my cats ended up knocking over all the pigments I was working with. The mess was so big, I had to call people for help. You could say the situation was dire. So, Dire Wolf, who does a bunch of digital games and also the people behind Clank, as this article says, the best digital board games publisher around, acquires a rival to Tabletop Simulator. I had never even heard of this in here. It's now in charge of Tabletop Playground, a virtual tabletop with very similar offerings to Tabletop Simulator. It launched on Steam in 2020, and as of 2025, it's still in early access. Boasting realistic physics and snappy controls, it allows 1 to 16 players to join games simultaneously across platforms, including VR, which I do believe Tabletop Simulator also is supposed to allow you to do is VR. I've just obviously never used it.
I can check that actually.
Its tools allow you to create and modify your own games, though users most likely rely on existing mods to play digital, just like Tabletop Simulator, where it's just the engine and you load in a module. A lot of people will play like Warhammer on Tabletop Simulator. During the pandemic, I played a lot of Arkham Horror, the card game on there. Tabletop Simulator is the leading platform for digital board game mods. Tabletop Playground is a cheaper investment, but it also has far less reach. Tabletop Simulator, which launched in 2015, has about 30,000 reviews to date, while Tabletop Playground has 110. So, basically, like, Direwolf is pretty good at making digital versions of board games. Like, there's the Dune Imperium. They also... so they make the digital versions of like Root, Arc Nova, Everdell, Cascadia they mentioned on here. So they've done solid stuff before. So I could see the appeal for having like a engine basically that they could modify with and work to kind of implement more games and that sort of thing. One of the limitations with Tabletop Simulator is because it's not owned by anybody. They have to be kind of wary of like what they do. Like some companies don't care, and then some do, and like the mod to upload it, you usually have to go to like a Discord of a Discord and know a guy to get the file because like it keeps getting taken down somewhere. Because it's got all their copyright and their IP and their artwork and this and that. So having an actual company where they could license modules, work with companies and then just kind of license all these modules. And then like, you don't have to worry about, buying the app for the Root with all the expansions. Like, okay, well, we're just gonna maybe you have to buy the module, but then maybe only one person on your group has to buy the module, and then you all can play. So that it's not like the app,
just like a real board
game, instead of everybody having to have the Root app to be able to play. And it's like, oh, well, we can't play this expansion because Fred doesn't have the expansion, even though he's got just the base game. He didn't buy that DLC, so we can't play with those rules and whatnot.
Gosh, it's only $3.99, Fred.
I know.
You're killing the vibe.
But I mean, I feel like there's some potential here. I feel because also there's a lot of one of the reasons that Tabletop Simulator has gotten because it's so easy to make those mods. If you know like a little bit of coding. And so like a lot of people come up and make these, but something like Tabletop Playground could give you where you could make official versions for Direwolf. Like Direwolf will get the contract with the company that owns the game. Say it's like Arkham Horror or whatever. Like I doubt Fantasy Flight has board game arena, so I doubt they would do it. But let's just say like, somebody made a good, I don't know, Twilight Imperium mod thing. Then they're like, okay, well, we're going to go to Fantasy Flight, get the contract. Here's the contract. Here's what you will make. We'll host it and get like 30% because it's our thing. You're going to get money out of this because you wouldn't have been able to get it otherwise because it's somebody else's IP, but we've now licensed it. And like, I feel like everybody wins there. So I could be reading the tea leaves wrong in this, but I feel like that would be where it would go. But
See that.
here we go. Playground has apparently seen some significant improvements under Direwolf's guidance. A new beta version of the game is about to launch, and it offers a version of the game's editor now completely integrated into the game. A new UI look for better usability. A new template UI system that allows you to create user interfaces in the editor. And then set a new template, including timers, counters, a calculator, worker placement tool. Beta players won't be able to connect with players using the current version. Packages created in the beta may not work well. Okay, that's just standard stuff. It is still technically in early access, like it said. So, we'll have another thing to kind of keep an eye out.
Star Citizen. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Next up, did you hear that General Mills was fighting a trademark battle for one of their whole wheat cereals? Yeah, it was a total war. By the way, note, I had to search, quote, does total cereal still exist for this joke? Because, like, that was the first thing I thought of, but then I was like, wait a minute. There we go. Actually get the... Not Gavit cut off. Okay. Yeah. So, I just went to the wrong link. I skipped a link. It didn't. There we go. It didn't open up one. There we go. Total War Warhammer 40K revealed. I just love in the title. They're like, yes, you can exterminatus planets.
Right.
So they put years of fan speculation and rumors to rest. Total War Warhammer 40K is now real, and now begins the agonizing wait to find out if it's one of the bad. Okay, we're not okay. One of the bad. So yeah, apparently this was done at the video what is it, the Game Awards.
I think the Game Awards. Yeah.
The Game Awards that came out. Actor David Harbour from like Stranger Things and such. Apparently he's a big 40K fan. Didn't know that. So there's no release date or release window yet. 4 factions will ship in the base game: Space Marines, Astra Militarum, Orcs, and Eldari. And of course, like, yeah, you're gonna get many more after that as like viable DLC. Rather than the single planet. Let's see, here we go. For the first time in a Total War game, you'll have huge amounts of control over how your faction looks and plays. You can customize their title, heraldry, iconography, and arcane war gear. The army painter tool. Never mind. Rather than the single planet of traditional Total War, you'll fight over a galactic sandbox, capturing planets, upgrading fleets, and managing your war economy. You'll be able to conquer worlds, bombard enemies from orbit, and command cinematic real-time battles over planetary strongholds. If things go too badly, you'll have the option to exterminatus, unleash apocalyptic weaponry to eradicate entire planets. So,
nice.
Yeah, like Total Wars, but there's been a Total War Warhammer, like the fantasy version, for a long time. And then, like, that's why I was like, I always thought, again, this is me never having played a Dawn of War game. I thought, like, Dawn of War was supposed to be that for 40K. But apparently Dawn of War is more like unit specific kind of RTS, where like imagine like the campaigns for like StarCraft, where you're like one section of the Terrans trying to go complete an objective, whereas Total War is like the fleet size kind of scale, where you're going to be like a general instead of like a sergeant. Or like an admiral might even be better. I don't know, Philip. Does this sound like a game that you could play until 5 a.m.?
Probably. I was just looking through like Dawn of War 4 is wishlisted in my
Yes.
Steam.
I've been tempted to pick up like what they've got like the anniversary editions of the older Dawn of War stuff. I've been tempted to pick those up, although apparently I hear 3 is terrible. That's just what everybody says.
Yeah. Total War is also I did have that wishlisted.
Mm-hmm.
after the announcement. Yeah, this actually looks great. I mean, because I played I finally it took me 4 tries.
Mm-hmm.
The last 2 tries weren't really my fault. They updated the game and it corrupted the save files.
Oh no.
Yeah. I was like, well, this is bullshit. It took me 30 hours to beat a Sins of a Solar Empire 2.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because I play on the massive scales anyway.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying. You are definitely more of that like fleets kind of scale.
Give me the big fleet, turn them into do the engine building where all the resources, and then it's just the wave.
Yeah. You know what? I didn't realize that Lieutenant Titus was voiced by Mark Strong. Do you know who Mark Strong is?
He he's
He played Sinestro in the Green
Merlin.
Lantern movie.
Sinestro, yeah, Merlin from the Kingsman
That too. Yep. Same guy.
series.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, now it makes
Nice.
sense, but all right. Onwards and upwards. Did you know that you aren't allowed to eat pork at the Games Workshop headquarters? Yep, it's in Nottingham. All right. Now we got the Games Workshop announces plans for second Warhammer World flagship venue. We're getting a second Warhammer War. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, we're getting a second Warhammer World, and it's coming to the U.S. and it's coming to just outside D.C. So keep in mind, Warhammer World is like the big. They got like the drivable rhino that's in the front, the like life-size drivable rhino.
Ooh, very nice.
They've got like the huge display boards. Let's see. We started about 20 minutes ago.
Hang on. What is the like? What's the new day for Warhammer? Sundays?
Yes.
That's like their announcement and their drops and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. We're gonna be making weekly Sunday trips.
Yeah, but that's usually like you can't buy anything that day. They just announce that like, oh, by the way, this is coming next Saturday.
Oh, okay. Oh, Saturday. Am I gonna get text on Saturday? Hey, can you just swing by DC real quick? See if they got this thing for me.
Yeah. No, that's totally not going to be the thing. Actually, this from what I've heard. So, fun fact here, a little bit of extra info. So, when this story went live, I want to say it was like Monday, Tuesday last week, Tuesday, Wednesday, somewhere. It was before Wednesday, early half of the week. When this went live on one of the other DC Beltway gamers Discords, somebody went, I think I know where this is going to be, because there is like they were like in real estate, and there's been apparently a massive UK company looking for property to build in like the DC area, and they were looking at like Bethesda and like Silver Springs and that kind of area. And so they're like, I'm very positive that based on the timelines that they've been announcing and the stuff I've been seeing, that was Games Workshop.
Okay, so it'll be on the Maryland side.
Yeah, like northern DC basically is what the prediction is.
Okay. Because I mean because you know, just outside DC, and it's like,
yeah, that is a huge area.
Yeah. Pull up the Metro map, and that's
Yeah.
the DMV area.
Yeah.
And then just use the Beltway as your border.
There are sections of West Virginia that are, quote, just outside DC.
Right.
The proposed Warhammer World location will be just outside DC. The new venue will offer Warhammer fans a similar experience to the Nottingham location, and GW looks to open its doors in 2027. I'm really excited because like they have like a Warhammer cafe. I don't know if it still exists. Hi, Oscar. With my new setup, you're going to see the cats probably interject more often. Just he's just sitting here looking straight at me now. But they had like, I want to say it was in like Austin, Texas, or Fort Worth. It might have been Fort Worth actually. Fort Worth. They had like a Warhammer World cafe thing where it was like a regular GW and then like kind of like a cafe. Like it was a regular Warhammer store and then like a little cafe with like themed drinks and stuff. And so when I first heard about this, I thought maybe this was them doing that, which still would have been cool. But a whole Warhammer World like what they have in Nottingham would be ridiculous. Because that's where they have like, they will have battlefields with like, 10,000 points of people. All right. Let's see. Hold on. Let's pull up.
Ooh, and then directly across the street, we need Gundam Base DC.
Yeah.
And then like what kind of scale? Perfect grade versus Titans.
Yeah.
Would that be the same size scale?
Something like that. So like here's an example of like just one of the exhibits that they have on sale or not for sale, but like on display here. The Battle of Magma City, where you got this big huge trench line or castle wall, and then like there's places where the wall's like decrepit and like people are getting in, and just 40K size with like Titans, and you got Knights, and then all sorts of mechanical forces on there. Like it's crazy. So, but yeah, like there's all sorts of exhibits like that. So I'm really excited to see Bugman's Restaurant. Apparently, is what they were. I'm assuming they're talking about the cafe there. Darren's over there. By the way, Oscar, he says he doesn't care. All right. Moving on. Here we go. Let's see. Did you hear about the person that got murdered with D&D dice? They got into an argument and they got really serious. That's a horrible way to die. I thought this was cute. Everyone's favorite Christmas movie, Die Hard, inspired D&D one shot turns the real world Nakatomi Plaza into an Archmage tower. So, Red Cap Press, which I've heard of them before, so that's like a pretty good. This isn't just like some random dude. There's some good. There's some quality in here. All good dungeon masters borrow ideas from their favorite books and movies, but only great dungeon masters steal. It tracks. Right. And one shot to Die Hard for steals ideas hand over fist. It's a D&D adventure based on the classic action movie Die Hard, with a dungeon map based on the real-world building that appears as the Nakatomi Plaza in the movie. The premise is what?
So to simplify this, because they do like they did D and Destiny for D&D and
yeah.
Is this Die Hard and D or D and Die Hard? Because it works both ways.
Yeah. But I mean, instead of it being like that's Die Hard, but with D&D rules, this is just like, no, what if we just ran the Die Hard? What if Die Hard happened in a D&D world? So it's available, or excuse me, the premise is simple. The party have been invited to celebrate the winter solstice on the top floor of Archmage Nakatomi's tower. But when a group of mercenaries led by a revenge-seeking criminal mastermind crash the party and take the guests hostage, it's up for the adventurers to get everyone out alive. You can find it on itch.io and DriveThruRPG, but they've got maps on here. It's a one shot for a party of level 3 level 3 adventurers. They'll have to acquire what equipment they can by taking down the mercenaries. So they start without any gear or spells prepared. That's cool. If the party can survive, they'll make it out with some very unusual items, including fireball putty, a thunderstick, and a runic siege tube. Bonus points if you can work out which modern day weapons those correspond to. So it's location based rather than linear adventure, and the party has a lot of freedom in how it moves around the tower. So yeah, each floor has a mapped out ventilation. This actually sounds really dope.
Yeah.
The hostages or the villains are known as the Hands and can speak German. Oh, because Hans. Okay, yeah.
Because Hans
I was
Gruber,
like, it took me a second to
just-
get. It wasn't until I saw like the whichever player threw the hands off the top of the tower.
Yeah, Fireball Putty is C4.
Yeah,
I had that one. Thunder Stick.
shotgun
I
is
wanna
what I was
go with a
thinking.
shotgun.
And
But-
Siege
then
Tube is like
Runic Siege
RPG.
Tube. Were there RPGs?
I don't remember, but I just that's what I thought of.
Siege Tube.
I
That
was
does
thinking
work.
some
That
sort of
does-
rocket tube.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember
Okay.
all the weapons that were in there. Actually, Thunderstick could just be just the machine gun.
This is my boomstick.
The Thunderstick could just be the machine gun, though.
Oh, the Uzi? Yeah.
Yeah. Now I'm like, kind of want to buy this and play it.
I know, I just want to know, okay, because the guy who played Hans Gruber also played Professor Severus Snape.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
$3 too. That's real.
Do they somehow work that aspect into this character?
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
The only thing I'm worried about, or I not worried, but the only thing I would be interested in, and I'd have to read to see, is the whole nobody having weapons and spells. I mean, you still have. I'm just wondering how that balances out for each class. Like, I feel like it'd be better for some classes than others. Like, your rogue can find a blade and suddenly be pretty good nonstop. But I guess even without spells prepared, you'd still have cantrips.
Still have a cantrip. You could.
Or you'd have all
yeah,
your
cantrips.
cantrips. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I'm just curious because, like, like a fighter, once they pick up a weapon, they're going to be pretty solid.
You're done.
Yeah. A barbarian would be even better because they don't have to wear armor anyways.
That's right. I can run around in a tank top barefoot.
Yeah. So, all right. Let's see. Add to cart.
Oh, Beetle brings up a good point. It is a mage tower. You can cast from the scrolls.
That's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm assuming, that like there's going to be scrolls there, but it just depends. Like if you end up bringing like an entire magic party, which would be terrible, but like if you did, I would definitely. I think having a paladin would be great because then you don't need spells to heal. You just do like lay on hands. I'm already figuring out ways to like metagame this. Like, how do we break this?
100%. How do we break this?
Yeah. You know what? I may have to buy this and like run it at the game store. That needs to be my, like, whenever I have an itch to like run something, I just need to run a one shot at the game store.
There you go.
All right.
You got to use them as your test environment.
Yeah, exactly. So like, you ever hear about those design principles that, that everyone like assumes to be the case and like have been around forever? We should really call those art effects. So, Eberron Forge of the Artificer is out now. It came out last month, and oh my god, it's crazy. So I couldn't find a book that fully like goes into everything, but like I played an Artificer in when we did our Planescape game, so I have a little bit of familiarity with the armor part, at least, because that's what I made a Warforged armor. And oh my god, now I wish this had been around, because they've updated it with the new like 5.5 2024 rules for the Artificer.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
So the Artificer gets its own chapter dedicated to it, along with there's a whole bunch of other Eberron stuff. I love Eberron in general. 5 subclasses, including the new cartographer subclass, and like, this has like one example. Like here you go, like your arcane firearm. I forget which one this was.
Hang on. Don't scroll past that picture, my friend.
No, I was just making sure which one this was.
That picture, not that one.
Oh, which one? Up here?
The anvil. Okay.
Okay.
That is very clearly inspired by the '90s Iron Man cartoon.
Yeah, I could see it.
I mean, the hair, the hammer.
Yep.
Although the hammer's not connected to some weird.
Yeah. It's like a little
ceiling.
power thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but
I also said this
that
part
is-
almost looks like it. Yeah.
Yeah, this is. It's like I'm looking at the picture and I got the I am Iron Man.
Yeah. Oh no, I know. It's been in my TikTok feed recently. Speaking of Iron Man, like that was always the joke with my is I just basically made my armor out to be like Iron Man, but they freaking like did it even more in this version. So like in this version, the armor can have, there's a couple of new abilities it has, one of which is it can change size. You can go from a medium to a large creature. So it's like Hulkbuster. Your armor goes Hulkbuster. And
can we work that into? There's like a griffin flying around with extra parts.
yeah.
Veronica, give me a hand.
Yeah. When you say, let's see, when you finish a long rest, you can use woodcarver's tools to carve sigils into a rod, staff, wand, or martial ranged weapon, and thereby turn it into your arcane firearm. It looks like a little bit more than just inscribed runes, but oh no, that's probably the explosive cannon. That's why. Okay. The sigils disappear from the object if you later carve them on a different one. You can use it as a spell casting focus. When you cast an Artificer spell through the firearm, roll 1d8 and you gain a bonus to one of the spell's damage rolls equal to the number rolled. Let's see. Yeah, this is just, it's got the Artillerist. That's the subclass that gets this one. Okay.
Fortified position.
What? Oh, hold on. Remember, that's level 15, so you have 2 cannons. All right.
For each of you.
You can activate both of them with the same bonus action. Nice. You can't create a third cannon when you have to. You and your allies have half cover within 10 feet of your Eldritch Cannon. I was trying to find a book that had more on it than just like the couple screenshots here I couldn't find.
We need to have a wizard with us.
Why is that?
Because I would need him to make a simulacrum of me. It's like, you can't create a third cannon.
That's like when you get the wish spell to cast simulacrum.
Yes.
And then that one.
And then that one uses the wish spell. And then that one.
It's like too bad that
They're
you'd have to be
resistant to
level
everything.
15 to get this, because then it's like if you just like multi-class,
Right.
but you'd have to like you have to be like level 15 wizard, level 15. And by that point, you're basically God anyways.
Right. I can control night and day.
All right. I thought this was funny. But let's see. If you write an adult novel about 2 undercover agents, is that book considered spicy? So yeah, there was announcements come up for an official D&D novel. And it's a steamy new D&D novel, flirts with the extremely popular romantasy genre. So, Penguin Random House has announced a new D&D novel, and it delves into a genre rarely touched by licensed fictions based on the tabletop RPG. C.L. Polk's The Feywild Job will be an all-out romantasy novel. So, popularized by Book Talk and novels like Court of Thorns and Roses. It's romance and fantasy, and it's everyone's famous like smooching books.
Yeah. Yeah, oh, no, you got to read the line.
Oh yeah, no, I know. Sigh, smooch, and do other things beginning with S.
Sleep.
Speaking of S, it's smut,
It's
or at least
reading. It's reading corn instead of watching corn.
yeah, exactly. Hey, no, and I have no judgment if you like if that is up your bag. I just think it's really funny that they're actually doing a D&D thing, and it's just kind of like, how are they going to backdoor invasions of the Giants?
Oh, that's a new D&D campaign name.
That is a new game show idea.
Yes.
Which is like smut that adventure. Like it's even got the official D&D logo on there. Let's see. The Feywild job follows Solidian, I don't know, who sounds like they've made a warlock pact in exchange for the ownership of their heart. They can never give their heart away, but this is a deal that Solidian is perfectly content with. After a bad breakup, they prefer to go it alone as a con artist and collector of casual hookups. Until they sign up to steal a gem called the Kiss of Enduring Love and return it to the Feywild. Their ex-partner, a charming bard named Kel, is a part of the team. The adventure takes them from high society parties to Feywild couples therapy. So, yeah, like, I mean, I feel like this was only inevitable. As big as those romantasy genres have gotten, like, this only felt like natural. Like some people may be like, what, really? And I'm like, no, this feels like, if you want to, especially if you're wanting to get like the Dark Tower Rises. Like if you want to get, like there's already a lot of women getting interested in D&D, but like if you want to have products that like really sell to them, then this is exactly how you go about doing it.
Oh yeah.
And especially like, it'd be great as if they made like an actual adventure that you could run on the back. Like say like if you buy the PDF version of the book, it comes with like the this is the adventure version of this.
Oh, that.
Or maybe not even with it. Maybe it's a separate, it's like a $10 add-on, because I imagine that could be a decent amount of content.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, oh hey, you liked the book, and here's, I don't know. Maybe not an actual version, but maybe it's we need to get an official source book that like here's how you make a romantasy campaign in your D&D game.
Because that travels into the territory of we're gonna have a source book of how to actually seduce a dragon.
Yeah, I love. Have you seen that? There's the comment where it's like the finale of Shrek is just a D&D game where it's like someone rolled 20. It's like, I want to seduce the dragon, and someone's like, all right, roll, and they roll it like a 20.
Roll for it.
And then they're like, I'm just going to have the dragon eat the big bad. And the guy's like, whatever, roll for it. And it's like, nat 20. All right.
Natural 20.
So, moving on. Oh, this one joke was just easy. Asmodee, more like Asmodee. I always love it when CEOs give us their, their excellent wisdom, such as like board gamers in tough U.S. market turning to lower priced games. Asmodee CEO says this company avails another quarter of soaring sales.
That just I will. It does just say, it says lower priced games.
Yeah.
Doesn't specifically say board games, because we were just talking about this last night.
Yeah.
About that one game that's on sale in Steam. Like it's already on sale, but then you can buy the bundle because we already own the other game.
Yeah.
It's like 45 cents cheaper.
Yeah, economic uncertainty in the U.S. is driving people towards lower-priced games, Asmodee CEO said, as his company revealed sales of more than 400 million euros in the last quarter, up more than 20% on the same period last year. Asmodee is seeing good momentum in its lower price point products in the U.S. mass market, singling out Exploding Kittens as a particularly strong performer in what he called a challenging market. This is the Q2 results, which cover July to September. In the U.S., it's mainly driven by the fact that consumers are delaying purchases at Christmas. I think we'll see that it's the latter. That it's what we'll see is that it's later and later in the year. some retailers also postponed putting in their Christmas aisles, which did impact Q2. The European market continued to grow across against board game and trading card games, although he added that its Germany operation experienced some softness due to its Blackfire TCG distribution arm receiving lower allocations of products. But yeah, like, duh. Like, turns out when the economy sucks, people don't spend a lot of money on frivolous purchases. Buying a board game offers more value and time return than going to see a movie. Yes, true. But even then, when it's like, you know, you're looking at your budget and you could be like, well, I could buy that Kickstarter for like $200 or I could eat. And like, maybe I'll just buy this $20, couple of packs of Magic cards. Granted, I'm going to spend way more money than that in the long term, but it scratches the dopamine hit here and now.
I mean, if my options are, I could stand to lose a few pounds. I'm gonna go with that Kickstarter.
And then put it on a shelf and never play it.
That's my new weight loss plan.
I'm on the Kickstarter diet. I just any chance I get to make fun of a CEO, I will jump on board that. And it's just like one of those. It's like, why did you open your mouth? You could have saved that air for when we really need it, like when we're in Spaceballs territory and drinking or breathing canned air. Like, buy a couple of HG Gundam kits. 1 PG. Nice. Yeah, Philip's on the like, I'd rather buy 1 PG than a couple of HG kits.
I need them to make the kit first.
Yeah.
I need a perfect grade Unleashed of Double Riser.
Yeah. All right. And then one last story here. Did you know that vampires are scared of cows? They die if they take a stake to the heart. So, he mentioned Asmodee, or the CEO mentioned Exploding Kittens. I didn't realize, or if I did, I had forgotten, probably the forgotten part. So back in 2021, they had gotten 55% of Exploding Kittens, the company, and now Asmodee is getting basically the remaining stakehold in Exploding Kittens to completely absorb that company. Aside from like basically the founders are getting like the remaining share that's left. But they've exercised its call option to complete the transaction. Price will be based on Exploding Kittens' operational performance in 2025. So, especially considering how they were just talking about it's doing well, this does not shock me at all. Especially Exploding Kittens has that like target market where they can just put stuff up there and people will buy it and sell it because their games have great like shelf presence and like they draw you in, like let's hit each other with fake swords, that kind of thing. You're like, I don't care how this plays, that looks dumb, I'm gonna buy it. So but again, Asmodee doing Asmodee things, and the meme has returned. It's taken us a couple years, but the meme has finally returned of like Asmodee buying everything.
Asmodee buying Asmodee.
Yeah. No, I mean that was effectively what they did when they got split off. With all the debt, is Asmodee bought everything? Asmodee had to rebuy Asmodee. Yes, Oscar. Could you hear that?
I didn't hear that one.
Okay, just him screaming and jumping into my lap as you see like the tail appear in the camera. So yeah, that's all I got in the news. All right, I'm gonna put it on here for a second because the other thing is we're gonna normally that would probably be like the end of the show, but we also have been it's been like a month and a half and we never fully talked PAX Unplugged.
PAX Unplugged.
So I'm sure there are plenty of stuff that we need to talk about there. I did make a PAX Unplugged 2025. Do not sit on the keyboard, cat. All right. I'm just pulling up photos here before I go back. There we go. So actually, how do you want to do this? You want to talk about stuff we did first?
We can. I mean, we can do that as we're like run through your slideshow. Well,
All right. You've never played Exploding Kittens? I mean, you're not missing much, but it is entertaining. I've enjoyed it. So like some of these is just like I went and so I was working at the Game Toppers booth a good chunk of time because I was trying to afford. I was using my earnings to buy the dining cover that's currently on the Game Topper out there. But I managed to go in beforehand, like I usually do, and take pictures of like a lot of the booths before they get crowded. So you had like the Godzilla has a role playing game coming out apparently.
okay, that looks interesting.
Yep. This was the guy did I talk about on? I think I talked about on here where I found the guy, or I found a guy that made. Maybe not have talked on here where I was trying to get some like generic maps for Foundry, so that like if I don't need to make a map for every single location that I'm doing stuff for.
I remember talking about that. Yeah.
And the some of the add-ons that I was using were like so freaking complicated. Of like, yeah, they got like the dynamic weather and like the fancy glittering lights and like multi-levels all in the same map, but it was like I got to spend like hours upon hours understanding how these maps even work and getting the modules to configure. But Tom Kartos Battle Maps, I'd seen these books before that he has where it's like you can't actually see the books. But
I can see some of them. We got Dungeons and Crypts.
yeah, well, you couldn't see
Jungles,
you could see the tops of the book, but you couldn't see the actual like binding.
forests and villages,
But
towns and cities.
he
City of Townsville.
so but he had a Patreon I backed, and his maps are just so like upload, or I don't even have to upload them. They just appear in this module catalog, and I just hit like add scene to Foundry, and it suddenly just bloop, works. And it's great. I can do it on the fly even, where it's like they're out wandering around and like, this thing happens in a forest. I'm like, okay, forest. That looks right. We're gonna import that in, and we're good to go. So I saw his stuff there, had to take a picture, talk to him some too, because wind is blowing. But talk to him for a little bit because he does like demo. He has like demo stuff for stores and that sort of thing. And so getting some contact info because he heard about us. I was talking about the kids D&D stuff. Yeah. Since I've just recently gotten a bunch of cubes, I thought this was cool. They had like a bunch of like calyx-sized cube bins that had like minis and stuff on them. Actually, let's see. Just saw like the composite wood stuff. Let's see. Some 10 candle stuff. A couple other books. Yeah. Also saw some BattleTech posters. They had BattleTech Aces there, which is their like co-op BattleTech campaign thing. It uses their the quicker Alpha Strike rules, which are a lot simpler. Like everything's on like a single card instead of like a whole sheet. And instead of taking like, unlike BattleTech where it's like you took damage in the left arm or the right leg or the chest or whatever, it's just like a single hit bar basically. And like when
you took damage,
you took damage, yeah. So like I said, it's supposed to give you, it's similar in play but faster kind of. A lot of people like it. To me, it's kind of because like when you take out some of that complexity out of BattleTech, it just feels like every other miniatures game. And at that point, I'm like, I'm really like the complexity is kind of why I'm playing BattleTech, like, But the difference being is like once you play BattleTech with more than like 2 units, it can quickly get out of take forever. Where it's just like Aces, you could play in the same time frame, but play like platoons of like mechs, which I do have enough minis for. So it might be worth doing just to have like a giant scale of Give me the heat, man. Yeah. Yeah. There is still heat, I believe, in Alpha Strike. Because I think it depends on like what. Also, instead of it being hex based, it's like other games where it's measuring tape, and like you set up different terrain pieces. So it is more. It's like BattleTech merged with like a modern day miniatures game. But the Aces uses those rules, but also makes it so it's like a campaign game. So you can either play it solo or you stand by. The wind like just picked up out of nowhere, and I think it knocked over those shelves we put out onto the on the patio. But I just suddenly heard like a thud, and I was like, "I'm up on the 3rd floor. Like, what is thudding?"
It's me.
Yeah, yeah. I got like real ominous there for a second. But was that? Oh, the co-op play and or solo kind of thing, instead of you having to be one versus somebody else, kind of play AI versus AI kind of thing. Let's see what else. GameGenic had like stuff for Stranger Things, because of course the at this point the new season hadn't come out yet. I don't think. I think it was launching while we were there, actually. I got to see the ODST stuff for Halo Flashpoint was there. The Feet First into Hell. The new Conflict 47. Mantic was actually carrying the new Conflict 47 stuff. That was interesting. Fuck! I just realized I didn't ever hit record on the recorder, but it's fine.
No.
It's. I'll have to just download the video. But I'm gonna hit record now just in case it stops. We have other issues. Look, man, it's been a month. I'm lucky I managed to remember passwords to everything.
There we go. Oh, hey, cool. I love Google.
They made Blood Bowl plushies. I definitely almost bought one. Malediction. So I don't know if you remember these guys. We had them out here. This is the like card game with minis that like they sold you the cards and then it gave you the STL file, so you printed your own minis. Really wanted to try this game out, but like every time I went by their booth, it was just slammed with people. And like given the limited time I had, I was like not wanting to wait in line.
Yeah.
As I say, I think the only thing I waited in line for is when we did that speed painting. By the way, I think we'll have pictures in here somewhere, but Philip painted a mini in the speed painting.
I speed painted. I had to speed up my painting because I didn't realize it was like.
Well, it was not very clear on that, where it was like, oh, you're getting 30 minutes, because it felt like we waited in line longer than 30 minutes.
Yes.
And it was just like, maybe they saw they had a line, and like, well, now we have to really enforce the time limit, because like we sat down and got comfortable, and then it's like, you got 15 minutes left. And we're like, the fuck?
It was like I've painted one leg.
Yeah. I was gonna say, didn't you painted like a Green Lantern Marine?
I did. I had to get sloppy with it as soon as like 15 minutes left.
We need to. What we should do is we can paint over the shoulder piece that you did, and then just like print out some custom decals, like because you can buy the water slide transfer paper, and just like print out and just make your own like Green Lantern logo stuff, and then just that way it looks a lot neater. Let's see here. That was the boxes. Oh yeah, it saw some dispelled dice. Let's see. Phil, what did you do? Because like I was working a lot of the time. What were some of the stuff?
I did a lot of wandering around. We went to. Did you get pictures of the? Oh, did I send you that picture?
Which one?
Of you spinning the wheel?
No, the Doomlings.
It was Doomlings. That's what it was. That's right.
I have not gotten that yet.
Okay. It's on my phone. I'll have to find it.
Yeah.
Did a lot of wandering around, looking at stuff. Picked up. We did this.
Yeah, I was gonna get to that. You keep going.
Went to the Roller Crypt booth and got the bag of holding.
Yep.
Also picked up a bunch of extra stuff for Heroes of Arcadia.
Surprisingly, they had stuff that he didn't have.
Because they had just come out with it. That was the only thing. It was like we just came out with this stuff, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Fine, here's my money."
By the way, I now have a bag of holding
Sorry,
from Roller Crit
Chris,
because
free bag of holding.
yeah, because I'm comparing. I'm comparing their. I'm gonna do a review comparing their bag of holding to the Think Geek one, which apparently also they did. So I wanted to see kind of like how it compares and how it holds up. So
It's a real nice bag. This year, I looked at this year as like making investments toward future years.
are you including PAX into this year?
What?
Are you talking about this year's PAX or are you talking about
Well, I mean,
2026?
the most recent packs we
Okay.
went to.
I thought you were talking about like the year as a whole.
Oh, no, not the year.
And I'm like, we are in a different year from when we went to PAX.
And this year's only 11 days old, all right? Although I'm very proud of myself, I haven't written 2025 at all.
Yeah. I did
My brain
once.
automatically was just like, yep, 2026.
I did once.
It happens. Hey, that's better. I mean, last year, what happened? You write 2024? Like,
I don't know. I think
3
last year
weeks
it took me forever to actually write a date down somewhere. It's
That
not
could
like
be
it's not school anymore where you're like writing it all every day on every assignment.
every damn day. Yeah. Where else did we run? I picked up a Wild Bill
Oh yeah, the mug for the soda.
mug for the soda. Yep. So now I just got to pay $10 and I'll have did I click that? Yeah. For the entire con. And I don't know if we go anywhere else that thing is at.
I don't know.
I just have to keep it on me.
Well,
I'm
with
sure they have a list of what they're.
yeah. Actually, I think they go to Otakon.
Oh, cool.
Because I think Jen, our store owner, was talking about because she runs stuff at Otakon, so I think that they go there. So I don't know. I got to sit down and figure out what I want to do as far as conventions this year. But then there was what sodas did you end up trying out?
So I just did orange cream.
Okay.
And I only did that because I went there like later in the day.
Yeah.
And the keg was tapped, so it was more foamy seltzer.
Yeah.
That was kind of brought near an orange cream source.
Yeah. It was basically like
horrible.
It was like orange LaCroix and stuff.
Yeah. So I went back the next day and got actual like, oh hey, like this is good stuff. And
yeah.
that was like, I went back like.
Oh, I thought you ended up trying the ring pop one.
I did do the ring pop one once, and I was just like that. It was more. It was like thickly sweet.
Yeah.
Like there was a flavor, I couldn't pin it down, and there was just sugary sweetness, kind of.
Yeah.
But they did have a lot of people talking about. I think they had a blue raspberry flavor.
Yeah, I've heard some people talking about that.
They were like, "Yeah, we can't keep that one." I'm like, "Well, if it's good, people are gonna drink it."
Yeah.
We did panels.
Yep. You want to talk about
are those even panels?
Those were panel seminars, something like that. We did a couple
events. We went into the rooms.
Yeah. You want to talk about the Lethal Shadows gachapods?
Oh yes, those. Yeah. So the image that's up on screen, these were great. These were gachapon is it's a Japanese.
I believe so.
Okay. Yeah. So it's basically the little machines that are outside of the grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
And you throw a quarter in and you get the random whatever. But these ones are random because the ball that they're in is opaque.
Yep.
So you don't even know what could be next at the bottom. And they had different sizes. I've got the box. The box is actually close by. So we picked up so many. I picked up so many minis.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Here I had to find. I was scrolling through to find the pic. with the wall of gachapods, including. Oh yeah, that's the mini. Yep.
A little bit of Green Lantern going on the pauldrons there.
Yep. It's hard to tell because
got
your
some
entire
red.
background is green. So
I even got some red in the little thruster pack there. Yeah, you know.
there you go. Put it up now. Hold on. Put it up now.
Oh.
This view's just got. There's more on the camera now. There you go.
There's more in the camera. Yeah.
Like your camera's bigger on this one.
That's what she said.
Is that all she said?
Huh? Listen, if I bring you breakfast in bed, a simple thank you is all that's required. None of this, how did you get in my house? They had multiple sizes on the gachapon wall. Okay, we will leave the X-rated one out of the image. That'll be for the After Dark show.
Well, this is technically kind of counting as both, but
all right, gotcha. Well, it's a sexy naked lady coming out of a pool of stuff. You can't really see that. That's fine. So they had multiple sizes. Of course, I had to go and get a large one. And this guy is some sort of wicked elemental thing. I don't know if I want him to be fire or water, but he's got this bitchin' sword over there. And then this that's right. This one is also very sexy. It's a Valkyrie lady.
Yeah, I'm actually trying to get them on. I sent a message trying to see if we could talk to the Lethal Shadows people on here.
But yeah, I think this one, which one did I say? A couple of them were it's like, "Oh, hey." Yeah, it was this guy here. I think this is an elf character. But yeah, this is going to be my next D&D character. Because they were just like, "Hey, D&D, medium-sized D&D characters," and I was like, "Boom! All right, this is gonna be my guy." I gotta figure it out. It's sword's tall as he is. I didn't even notice that. And then we had companions. I've got like a lizard.
Yep. I got like a
Komodo dragon with a
bear
backpack.
and or excuse me, like a wolf and like a little what was it called? Little cat, or no, like a little not whelp kind of thing, a little mini dragon thing.
Yeah, they're all these are resin printed, I'm thinking.
It's possible, yeah. For some reason, the album view does not want to work anymore.
For that level of detail, probably. But yeah, it was cool just to see. Like they had a couple at their main booth, but then they had the big wall, and it was just like, yeah, we got to get some tokens.
Yep.
But yeah, PAX was a success this year.
Yeah, we went because apparently the album view doesn't want to work anymore. We did go to some panels. We went to your favorite streamer, Diana did the, what was it?
He's an actual real person.
That's right. Philip got to get a photo with her after waiting with her talking to some guy.
Yeah, I don't know.
But what was that? It was like RPG Helpline Live.
It was the RPG Help Desk Live.
Help Desk Live. That's right.
Yep. And it was giving actual helpful advice.
Yeah.
And then as we're leaving, Chris is like, "I want to do like an RPG unhelp desk line."
So this is like something else I kind of wanted to like venture into when we're talking here and talking about like things for the next year and such. I think one thing that I want to do this year is I want to bring back the Dirtbags of Holding. Not as an actual play podcast, just as an RPG. RPG. So like this show will still focus on like everything, But as an RPG focused show, and like for instance, like one of the things is I want to do like Ask a Dirtbag, which is because like every one of these questions like that somebody has, like I had an answer to it. It might not have been the best answer.
I was gonna say we were sitting there. We had both answers.
Yeah, it was like we
had the helpful answer.
there's the helpful answer, then there's like I'm just gonna be a jerk answer kind of here. So, but yeah, I kind of want to do that. I kind of want to do like there's like mini games and stuff that we could do with like some of the character creation tools and stuff out there. Plus, I've been reading so many of like the books on like how to be a better game master and stuff like that I feel like would be much better to discuss in kind of a stream aspect. So I don't know the details of it yet when we do it. That sort of thing. Probably a Sunday is probably what it'd be, like a Sunday night thing maybe. I don't know how often it would be just because we all got our lives and stuff like that, but that is kind of something I want to do as at moving this year, get back to that. Because I was telling Philip that I think that would be a much better idea for a live show the next time we want to do a live show at a convention, is kind of like the like do a Dirtbags of Holding, Ask a Dirtbag, kind of like the internet's worst RPG help desk show.
Yes.
Like that, I think that would be entertaining. Like this show is only entertaining if you know what this show is. But I feel like the premise of that show is important enough that even someone who's never seen anything we've ever done might be like, I'd go check that out. Like we did, like literally, like the other panel we went to.
The title is what drew us in.
Yeah. What was it? What was it called?
It was called Date or Do Battle.
Date or Do Battle. That's right. That was the other. That was literally. It was in the same room after the Help Desk Live.
Like, we had to leave.
Yeah, so they could clear out the room.
So they could, for the 50 to 100 of us that were in there.
Yeah,
and then turn around and walk.
But you could tell, like everybody that was in that, like you could tell this was a group of people that do a bunch of actual plays together. Like there was history with the characters. There was there was basically 4 creators, and each one was playing like a character from an actual play, and basically they were pitted up against each other and either like doing like a speed date thing, or then they would get challenged to do something if they just didn't see themselves going well. And you could just tell like everybody had these intricate backstories and stuff. Like these are all characters they've played somewhere else, but that part didn't matter because it was the premise was entertaining enough. Although I will say that like the woman that was running it, like the way she was doing like a very sultry voice, but the way like something about her mannerisms were just not doing it for me, and it was throwing me off. And then like it just like something like she's very jerky with like some of her head movements and whatnot. And then she gets to the end and like was like thanking people. And it's like, oh my God, hi, I'm blah 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 by the way. And this is like that is completely like not what I thought. Like
it was
like okay, that was just a voice we got going on here.
In my head, I compared that to the actress who does Rosa in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Okay.
Because like the attitude and the voice of Rosa, that is 100% not the attitude and voice of the actress.
Yep.
I mean, you see her in the show, and then like she was on a red carpet somewhere, and you're like, what? No, that you're that's not Rosa. What?
Yep.
Huh? No.
So that was those were the only 2 panels I think we did, right?
Those are the only 2 panels we did, yeah. Because everything else was just wandering around, people watching, looking at stuff.
Yeah. We did the Asmodee had the event.
That's right. We did the Asmodee thing, and I went to the breakfast.
Yes. Well, the breakfast apparently was nothing special.
The breakfast was boozy as shit.
It was the Hootenanny was who did the Hootenanny Games was the breakfast, because that's where we got Floats McGoats.
Floats my goats, and I've got crap, I got the dice game, but it's way over there, and I can't read the.
Yeah, I
title.
know the Floats McGoats is all the way in the other room.
Yeah. But I don't blame the hosts of the event.
Yeah,
It was just the restaurant.
Yeah.
I had the muffin was okay. Everything else there was like sautéed red onion avocado toast, and I'm just like, so like I went to the breakfast, then I went back to the hotel
mm-hmm.
and got
And
the
just got
actual
breakfast there.
with ham and eggs.
Yep.
But the Asmodee Playroom, that was pretty neat. Playing some of those games.
That was basically they had like all these new games set up and different tables and kind of rotated through. I got to finish one game, and then when we went to go, I was like, oh crap, my shift's about to start. I didn't realize it was I was only going to get to play one game, and then so I had to peace out.
Yep, I did play through the second game. We actually hit limit. We hit the time limit, and the person running the game, they're like, "Wait, why did we hit time? We didn't hit time limit last time. What the hell happened?" Um, she had added in like we were playing 5 or 6 people.
Mm-hmm.
I think the game goes to like 7 or 8.
Ah.
And yeah, somebody else had set it up for her the first time, and she has like added something or took something away that messed with progression of the game. But all in all, like the 2 games I played, yeah, they were interesting. I forget what they were. I think I have a picture somewhere. It's probably really bad. They invited us to do that, and I forgot what it was.
That.
It's
Oh,
also been a while.
I got my first ever pristine 10 CGC card
Right, we did.
from Doomlings. Followed by also I have the pic of the erotic mini that I pulled out of there. Followed by like the favorite quote of the like I was like, oh look, it's like it's like a blood sacrifice or something.
She's like, yeah, blood.
It could be that. I'm like, oh.
Yep, and then because that was I think I got that one second.
Mm-hmm.
I think because I pulled the one, and it was a sultry something, and then I was like, let's do another one. Hey, it's the exact same one. We have to paint them in different colors though.
Just trying to see if I rescale the page so I don't have to keep scanning that.
It looks like it's working.
Everyone loses everyone. I just saw that was an official Warcraft shirt, by the way.
Everyone loses, everyone wins. Ha, nice.
Remember the 3 Wolf Moon? They had a Catan shirt. It was a meme going around for a while. It was like 3 wolves with the moon in the background.
Okay.
But they had a Catan had a sheep version of it. I thought it was funny. Let's see. Of course, a bunch of Warcraft stuff. Oh yeah, here's some more Lethal Shadows minis. They're bringing it back, Philip. They're bringing it back. The Con Bag of Holding from Roller Crit.
That's right. I have that. I've
Yeah.
got a Think Geek version of that.
Like most of our friend group has the like of our D&D, our former D&D group has the Con Bag of Holding, because like you and I think I got it, and then you were like, that's awesome, and bought it, and then our other friends were like, that's awesome, and bought it. Plus it was like you could get it at GameStop for like $30. Granted, I doubt it's going to be, I would not be surprised if this is like $80 probably, but like A, shit's gone up in price, and B, the quality, just I can tell from the versions I have of the bag of holding, it's probably going to be a pretty decently well-made bag. So this was fun. I just saw like it was like Japanese, the game, but it was like a card game, but you spell out the like attack with like Japanese words.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was like it could go up to 4 players depending on how many decks you bought. But it was like one of those like 1v1 kind of like Magic-y style dueling games, but the way you play is by playing like Japanese words.
Okay.
Let's let's see. Oh yeah, like here's the. And so it was funny because like the guy was talking about, he's like, you can learn. Like I made this with so that like you could learn to play Japanese or learn to speak and read Japanese by playing the game. But people come to me and they'll be like, this didn't work for me, and I'll be like, how many times did you play it? And they'd be like 3, and he's like, not enough. Go back.
Yeah, like
It's not an insecure. Oh, here's one of the games to play, Ghost Galore. At the Asmodee thing.
okay. Yep.
Uh,
Oh yeah, the little the mine.
The mine one where you got points based on what was on the cards, and you were a tile drafting game.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see.
Not to. It was like that game is prime for an app.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, this was who was on that the RPG help desk panel.
Oh yep. There we go.
I saw this was cool. It was just a giant sack called the loot sack. I think it was supposed to be for like carrying all your stuff to D&D night, but like I could just picture like I probably have enough dice I could fill that bag.
Probably, yeah. The one before that, the Micro Macro City.
Yeah.
Like I was the next person in line, and they sold it, and like they had one copy left. And I was like, damn, the guy in front of me bought it. But that looks interesting, of like the whole Where's Waldo aspect.
Yeah. I ended up picking these up. It was like a set of D&D encounter rings, and like it was the guy was selling them for like $10, and then I was like, this is cool, and I was about to pull it out, and I was cruising in the morning, and I had my Game Topper shirt on, and he saw that I was an exhibitor, and he was just like, here, take it. And I was like, okay, I was gonna give you money, but I'm not gonna turn down free stuff.
Yeah, we dumb. We not stupid.
Yeah, but then I also like sent it to our local game store, and she was like, can you give me like 8 more of or 7 or 8 of those? Because apparently this had been like some Kickstarter that had funded, and like he couldn't sell his, or not him, but like some other guy couldn't sell his extra stock, and so he just like loaded up a van with it and was just like, here, you want these? And he just bought like the plaque or the pallet of them. Which it's really cool, and I've definitely been using these rings, but the problem is the box is really awkward to carry. I need to find something else to put these in, but the just sizing is kind of weird. So I need to find a way that like store them in like the stuff I already have.
I was gonna say, how do they fit in like an old Pog tube?
Oh yeah, probably. Probably, actually, yeah. That's not a bad idea, actually. But the problem is that is unorganized to like if I need to get like one in the middle, like.
Oh yeah, it's like I need slowed. Ah, crap! I loaded that first when I put them away.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Also bothered me that these are not in alphabetical order, so I spent like 30 minutes on mine just like re-alphabetizing them. Because like
I'm sitting there like as I'm looking at the thing, and I'm like, those are. I mean, are they?
Yeah, because like trying to find one specific one, and you're like, wait, where is it? That was more the roller crit.
The physical ones.
At one point, they started having like googly eyes on the bags of holding.
Yes.
I think this was at the Lethal Shadows booth, but they had resin dice with Pokeballs, like liquid core that had Pokeballs floating around inside for like, and like this is electric, this is like the water type. I forgot what some of these other ones were. Oh no, this is grass. It says it, grass type. Yep, there it is. I was looking up there. Here's some of their like actual minis that aren't, like friggin' explicit.
Yeah.
I just saw random hats. It's like diners, drive-ins, and dragon slaying. Oh yeah, here's some of the other minis I got, like including the like random freaking like ball gag penguin thing. I remember it popped out, and Philip's like, "Why is that one explicit?" And I was like, "Philip, it's got a ball gag in its mouth." And he's like, "Oh, he just saw it was a penguin." Oh yeah, here's the
and handcuffed.
Oh yeah, and handcuffed. Yep. It was one of those like I have to do this just to see the absurdity of what pops out.
Oh yeah, exactly. Is that Lego?
Yes, it's like an expansion for the Lego Monkey Palace game that they came out with.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh yeah, there's the whatever floats your goat. All right, that seems to be the end of the photos. I don't remember what else. It was definitely a while ago. But I don't know. We've managed to keep things going for this long, and probably
Yes.
need to call it here because I also have a D&D game in 30 minutes. So
That's right. You got stuff to do.
yeah, I spent an hour getting the stream to actually work. That's what the problem was. But all right. Anyways, that's been our show. It's been a long one. But we haven't been around for a while, so hopefully we'll get back on the things. I will say 2 weeks. The show will be 2 weeks from today because our next show I will be out of town visiting family because I didn't go home for the holidays. By far the best show this year.
Setting the bar a
Not
little
saying
low
much,
there,
but yeah,
Jose.
I know, right? So I think it's probably going to be 2 weeks from today is when the next show will be. I guess TBD at this point because we had some scheduling stuff, but I'm working on the schedule for the rest of the year. So I'm going to play this.
Ditto to what Chris said. And that's been our show. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for seeing us on a Sunday. It's the week. Yeah, it's the weekend. You know, things happen. You got to move stuff around. If you like what you see, you guys got to check us out. boardsandswords.com. It's got the streaming schedule that we loosely. It's more of a guideline.
Yeah,
At this point.
I mean, we've prior to this show, it's been pretty. We've been pretty
Prior to
good.
this show, it has been pretty good. It's also got the links to the streaming channels, everything we've done in the past. It's also got what was that? What was that one thing we used to do back in the day? The Dirtbags of Holding.
Oh yeah,
We just talked about that. We might do a thing. We might do a thing.
might do a thing.
It might be great. It could suck.
You know what helps make those kinds of things possible? People going to Patreon, and I completely forgot in all the craziness going on. I had Patreon jokes to do, and I didn't do them, so we will save those for next time because I don't want to half-ass them here at the end of the show. But yeah, going to patreon.com/boardsandswords, even just $1 a month helps out. This episode is kind of like a combined bonus bits thing because it's been a while and we've got stuff going on. But normally, half of this stuff you wouldn't have heard unless you were at least backing for $1 over patreon.com/boardandswords. In the meantime, make sure you go check everything out, and we will see you guys, like I said, 2 weeks. Don't know exactly yet what'll be on the show, but we'll figure it out. I got 2 weeks to figure it out. So in the meantime, remember that every gamer has a story, and we were just lucky that this one got off the ground. All right. Awesome, awesome, possum. So I'm going to shut the stream down. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Shoo, 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 womp, womp.